Today we are talking about a young girl, only 14 years old, who walked onto the grand stage of Britain's Got Talent and dared to do something that many professional singers fear. She chose a song from one of the greatest voices the world has ever known. A song by the legendary Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. Most people would say that you do not touch Aretha unless you are ready to deliver greatness. But this girl did not walk in with fear. She walked in with belief. She walked in with courage, and she walked in with something so rare in someone her age. She walked in with soul. Before she sang even a single note, no one really knew what to expect. She looked like any normal teenager. Simple clothes, soft eyes, quiet presence. You could see a bit of nervousness, but also something shining behind it. That spark that only real performers carry. The judges looked at her with curiosity. The audience watched and waited. Simon Cowell leaned forward, eyes narrowed, trying to read her. He has seen thousands of auditions, but even he could not predict what was about to happen. The host backstage whispered to the camera that this young girl had chosen to perform a song most singers avoid because it requires power, control, emotion, range, and a voice that understands pain and joy at the same time. And not just any song. A song Aretha Franklin made iconic. It was not just a song. It was an anthem of strength, of pride, of knowing your worth. And here stood a 14-year-old ready to sing it. The music started, a soft piano in the air. The spotlight focused slowly on her face. The theater became silent, the kind of silence that feels like everyone is holding their breath at the same time. And then it happened. The first note left her lips. It was gentle, controlled, pure, not loud, not rushed, just honest. The audience went still. Her voice did not just sound good. It sounded true. It did not feel like a teenager trying to imitate a legend. It felt like a soul speaking. That is the difference between talent and gift. Talent can be trained, but a gift is born. She did not push her voice. She respected the melody. She respected Aretha, but she brought her own heart into it. Every phrase carried emotion. Every breath seemed intentional. You could hear strength and vulnerability dancing together in the same line. Simon Cowell sat up straight. Amanda covered her mouth with her hands. A man in the front row closed his eyes because something about her voice took him somewhere inside himself. But then the chorus. This is where most people fail. They either try too hard or they cannot rise to the moment. But she rose higher than anyone expected. Her voice filled the room, not shouting, not forcing, just soaring. The notes came out golden and clean. The judges' eyes widened. Some people in the audience actually stood up mid-song. The host backstage whispered, "Wow." Not even able to hide his reaction. As she reached the emotional climax of the song, something changed in her posture. Her shoulders relaxed, her eyes closed, and she was no longer performing. She was living the song. The song became part of her. And when that happens on stage, when a performer and music become one, something magical is born. The final note held in the air like it did not want to leave. Silence. For a moment, no one moved. No one clapped. They just stared. Because sometimes your heart needs 1 second to understand what it just felt. Then the theater exploded into applause. The audience stood, some wiping tears. The judges looked shocked and proud and moved. Simon Cowell leaned back, shook his head slowly, as if saying, "How is this possible?" At 14, the girl opened her eyes, and she looked overwhelmed as though even she did not realize what she had just done. Simon finally spoke. His voice was softer than usual. He said that Aretha Franklin is a voice that most singers would not dare to attempt. But somehow she had not only honored Aretha, she had brought something completely her own to the performance. He told her that she had a gift, a once-in-a-generation kind of voice, a voice that tells stories, a voice that heals. Amanda told her that she was not just singing. She was feeling. And she made everyone feel with her. She told her that this was not just an audition. It was a moment. Alicia Dixon said her voice had maturity, depth, and emotional understanding far beyond her age. She said that this is the kind of voice that can touch millions. David Williams smiled warmly and said that she reminded him why they do this show, to find people like her. The audience kept cheering. They did not want the moment to end. And then something unforgettable happened. One of the judges stood up and pressed the golden buzzer. The theater exploded once again. Gold confetti rained down. The girl put her hands over her mouth and tears filled her eyes. The judges stood and applauded her. The hosts rushed out to the stage and hugged her. The lights shone brighter. The music swelled and her life changed in that instant. This moment was more than just a performance. It was the world witnessing the birth of a star. But what makes this story even more powerful is not just the voice she brought to the stage. It was the story behind the voice. This young girl had not grown up with privilege. She did not attend expensive singing mice. She did not have professional vocal training. She grew up singing in her small room. Singing to heal herself because music was her comfort, her escape. Her voice was shaped by real emotion, not technique. She sang because she needed to. And when someone sings from need, the sound reaches deeper into the listener. People feel it in a place beyond words. After the show, interviews revealed that she had been inspired by Aretha Franklin since she was very young. She would listen to her songs late at night and try to understand the way Aretha made emotion alive inside music. She said that she did not want to copy Aretha. She wanted to honor her, to carry the emotion forward, not to replace it. And she did. The performance went viral across the world. People shared it online. People reacted to it. People cried watching it. Professionals, vocal coaches, singers, and music lovers all agreed that what she did was rare. Not because she hit the notes, but because she understood the soul behind them. A voice like hers is something the world only receives once every few years. Not because of ability, but because of heart. So, now the question becomes, did this 14-year-old just master an Aretha Franklin song? The answer is yes, she did. Not by copying Aretha, not by overpowering the song, but by listening to it, feeling it, breathing with it, and then letting her own heart speak through it. True mastery is not imitation. True mastery is understanding. And that is exactly what she did. Her journey is only beginning. But one thing is certain, the world will remember her just like we remember the moments that change music history. This was one of those moments. Before we end, if you are still watching, then you felt something too. And that is what music is for. To remind us that we are alive. So if you want to see more stories like this, more performances that touch the soul, more voices that rise beyond the stage, make sure to stay with us because there are many more moments like this waiting to be told. Thank you for watching.